Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks so much for joining us for WNY News Now on this very wet Wednesday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a state official is reacting to the recent passage of the Reproductive Health Act.
And the hearing for a Bushti woman charged with manslaughter has been adjourned. We'll have all of that coming up in just a bit. But first, check of your forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is live for us.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Wednesday. It's been a very messy Wednesday out there this morning. Now, the National Weather Service continues winter weather advisories across the entire southern tier and also for Warren and Erie County, PA as well. Now, these may actually be canceled a little bit before 2 o'clock, but we'll see what they do with this. And there's actually a flood watch in effect for Erie County, PA. It's actually underneath this winter weather advisory, and that is for the potential with the heavy rain that's coming through that it could pose a minor flooding risk. And just like Shania Twain, we can only go up from here. Look at the temperatures overnight. 23 was the low. That occurred early, and as we told you, temperatures would rise throughout the overnight, and we're now into the 30s. And so again, that's actually changing all that wintry mix we've had over terrain, and that's why it's been very slick out there this morning. And you know, I mentioned this earlier. Cold weather pattern looks like it's setting in. This is a greater than 90% chance for below average temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days. So it looks like it's going to get cold once again. Hour by hour, temperatures will continue to rise through the 30s. Ultimately, we'll end the day around 41, 42 degrees, but widespread rain is the story. We'll talk more about that. Plus, snow returns back into the forecast with that quick solution 7-day in just a couple of minutes.
The bill is passed.
And supporters of the Reproductive Health Act are cheering there after it was passed in the Senate yesterday. Soon thereafter, New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo signed it into law, and those in favor say this is a big win for New Yorkers as the bill moves abortion into the health arena instead of the criminal laws.
The new law also protects abortion rights in the state's health law as opposed to the penal codes.
It allows for late-term abortions after 24 weeks if the mother's life is at risk or if the fetus is non-viable. Now on Tuesday night, just moments after the bill was signed into law, New York State Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins, who has been at the forefront of the women's reproductive health rights here in New York State, she commended those who fought for the changes.
When I carried this bill in 2007, I thought this was a no-brainer. As I said on the floor, I never thought that people would object to us taking women's health issues and taking them out of the homicide codes and identifying them as real women's health issues. I never thought that people somehow felt that even in 2007 and 8 and 9, and you all could count, up to, as the governor said, when we put together the women's agenda, even then. But today, we've changed that. Today, we're reaffirming that women have a voice and women have a choice.
Not everyone is in favor of those changes, though. New York State Senator Kathy Young voted against the bill.
And so did Assemblyman Andy Goodell, who represents us here in Chautauqua County. Now, according to Goodell, the new law removes a number of provisions that protected the unborn. He says right now he's working on drafting a bill to bring back protections the old law allowed.
I've already met with another legislator to move forward on a bill that would increase the criminal sanctions that would apply if a pregnant woman were attacked and her baby were killed. And in my opinion, it's nothing to celebrate when you eliminate criminal protections for the unborn child and eliminate the health and safety provisions that protect women.
Now, under the new law, Goodell said if a woman was attacked and her baby killed, the only charge that would be filed is assault. The Assemblyman is disappointed in supporters of the Reproductive Health Act for not keeping those protections.
Jamestown police say they arrested a 25-year-old city man following a domestic on Stowe Street that last night here in the city of Jamestown. Police allege that Trey South held a female down on a bed for a period of time, preventing her from leaving the residence. Now, South was taken to Jamestown City Jail to await arraignment. He is charged with second-degree unlawful imprisonment.
And a Huntley hearing for the woman charged in the death of Bust-Eye man Wilfredo Colon Rodriguez Jr. will now take place on February 11th in Cattaraugus County Court. A court clerk told us this morning that Mary Lou Johnson, also of Bust-Eye, was scheduled to appear in court yesterday, but the hearing was adjourned. A Huntley hearing involves the discussion of the admissibility of statements made to police by a defendant. Colon Rodriguez's body was found last April on Swanson Hill Road in the town of Randolph, very close to Chautauqua County. He was reported missing previously to the Lakewood Bust-Eye Police Department. State police charged Johnson in September with several offenses, including manslaughter, vehicular manslaughter, and driving while intoxicated. Johnson was also indicted previously by a Cattaraugus County grand jury on those charges.
Yeah, Justin, it's been an interesting case to follow, no doubt about that. I mean, it took a while for the dots to cross, right. But now that we're in the court system, it'll be interesting to see what happens here.
Certainly, and I didn't know what a Huntley hearing was previous to the Jonathan Young case that you've been covering so closely, and obviously you and the rest of our court staff following this one as well. So certainly, it seems like the Huntley hearing is very important to look at that evidence and to an important step to moving forward towards what I'm sure the prosecutors are arguing is justice for Wilfredo Colon.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, the Huntley hearing deals with statements that were made to the police. Now, we don't know what those statements are. Those aren't really said until the hearing, and that's when it gets really interesting. Right,
absolutely. So hopefully we can get you or one of our other reporters into that hearing so we can have a little, shine a little light on that, because certainly the Young trial, the Young Huntley hearing rather, was very interesting, and you of course had that story up on WNYNewsNow.com. Saying hello to Cindy, thank you for being here. Tabitha, hello. Hopefully you all are staying dry today. Wendy, always happy to have you here. Thanks so much. A longtime viewer as well. David, another longtime viewer. Thanks so much for being here. Another Cindy joining us as well, and Alberta. Thank you all for being here with us on kind of a dark and dreary Wednesday. Can we take a look at the HD News Now cam? There we go. And let me tell you, it was slick this morning, Matt, certainly coming in. I walked around the block. Normally, we park in an alley, or off of an alleyway in a parking lot, and have to cross that alley to get to our office, and it's cobblestone. And it was slippery.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, before we go to break here, I know our producers are telling us, we're coming up. But Cindy, I forgot to mention yesterday, thank you so much. I saw you said happy belated birthday in the comments, and it was just a very busy afternoon, so I didn't get a chance to go back and comment, but thank you again so much. Much appreciated. And it's been a great week. Back to the old grind. Yeah, exactly. I like it.
Exactly. The birthday week of Matt Hummel. So, saying hello to Al, too, real quick. And hopefully, indeed, a warmer afternoon, Smathers. I completely agree. And Michael joining us as well here. Thank you all so much. Coming up, Chautauqua County officials encouraging residents to partake in a public health survey. Those details are just ahead.
But first, a local police chief, he's discussing the impact of mugshots. That in the wake of a recent proposal from Governor Andrew Cuomo. Coming up.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page. Happening right now, New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo says that he's proposing a ban on making mugshots and booking information public. A spokesperson for recently said that the arrest information would be, quote, an unwanted invasion of personal privacy, end quote. Now, we're getting a lot of reaction to this story, including Dunkirk Police Chief Dave Ortolano, who says that he believes the public should have access to that information, Cuomo wanting to make it private.
I think the community in certain cases, it's good for them to know who the people are that are committing these crimes in their community. As residents, I do believe, like I said, depending on what the circumstances are, that they have the right to know who's out and about in their community and recognize who the people are that are committing crimes that are affecting quality of life in their neighborhoods.
Now, Ortolano says that he didn't specifically study what Cuomo's proposal would be, so he decided to decline to comment on how his proposal would affect the Dunkirk Police Department. Chautauqua County District Attorney Patrick Swanson spoke to us today. He declined comment on that as well, saying that it's a public policy issue that wouldn't have much of an impact on his office. We've also reached out to other law enforcement officials throughout the county. When and if they comment, we'll have a separate story on WNYNewsNow.com.
It's a case of dueling proposals. Republican and Democratic senators each have key votes scheduled for Thursday. They both are focused on ending the partial government shutdown, and they're both expected to fail. John Lawrence reports.
32 days and counting.
When is the shutdown hour?
We all hope that it'll end fairly quickly.
2 Senate proposals that could fully reopen the U.S. government will be presented Thursday. The White House's plan offers temporary protection from deportation to some immigrants and funds a border barrier.
The president's made a comprehensive and bipartisan offer that would accomplish everything Democrats have said needs to be accomplished right now, immediately.
The Democratic plan calls for reopening the government through February while holding immigration reform talks.
You can't have a compromise when one side is determining not only what they want in the bill, but what we want in the bill without even seriously negotiating with us. That is not how negotiating works. That's not the art of the deal.
Both proposals need 60 votes to advance.
The opportunity to end all this is staring us right in the face.
And there's little bipartisan spirit swirling around the Senate right now.
The American people know that President Trump is responsible for the shutdown, and now they have learned that Leader McConnell is a co-conspirator in the shutdown.
The GOP's plan needs 7 Democrats to cross over for it to pass. The Democrats' plan requires 13 Republicans to jump ship. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Alrighty, John, thank you. Now, the House has already passed several spending bills. The Democrat-backed plan will be the first brought to the Senate floor for a vote.
And a new study reveals that a simple blood test could predict if a patient develops Alzheimer's up to 16 years before symptoms start. The study was published this week in the journal Nature Medicine, focused on a certain protein in the blood called neofilament light chain, or NFL for short. Now, researchers say that any rise in levels of NFL could be an early sign of Alzheimer's, and that's because the protein indicates any loss of nerve cells in the brain. Researchers say the findings could help when it comes to finding effective treatment for the disease, and doctors can study the protein to see if it's being affected by any procedure.
It's an interesting thing, Justin. And I also learned that neofilament was a word. I'd never heard of that before now.
And Alzheimer's is such a horrible disease. Unfortunately, for speaking for myself, I've been around people affected by that and seen how hard it is on families, and it's certainly something that I hope and pray that they come to conclusions with, and the great work by the scientists, and just keep that research coming and keep fighting for a cure for that and many other ailments as well.
Absolutely. And here locally, Chautauqua County officials are encouraging people to take a community health assessment to identify and address the most pressing public health needs of the county. Shelley Wells, who's a public health planner with the county's Department of Health, says that taking the survey is crucial to attacking major health concerns here in the county.
We would like people to just answer the questions in the survey, and it's confidential, so we're not asking people to give their name. We are asking at the end of the survey for name and address and phone number if they're interested in having their name in a drawing. Because the more people that we can get to complete the survey, the better representation we have of the community voice.
Now, the survey takes about 5 to 10 minutes to complete and will be available through March 15th. All responses will be kept confidential. The links to the survey, which are both in English and Spanish, can be found on our website at WNYNewsNow.com. And more information about the survey itself can be found in that article as well.
Yeah, pretty cool to see, and interesting. We had a woman who worked in the building who I believe did massage stuff, and she worked for the county a little bit. And they try to do these surveys to gauge what people say, because I think sometimes when they're in their office or whatever, they don't always feel the community, so to speak. So certainly it'd be interesting to see what kind of data they have, and you could win a couple gift cards as well. So
really?
Yeah, full details on there. Rory and I were talking about that. They take your name at the end, not for the data, but so that you could be entered to win this contest. So
that means I better get to that survey.
Yeah, there's a little incentive. So it's pretty cool that they have that to try to spur people with something that maybe otherwise is a little tedious and boring to try to answer questions and whatnot. But certainly pretty cool to see. So hello, thank you for being here with us on this Wednesday. It feels like a Tuesday though.
It does?
To me, I know I worked on Monday and so did you, but it's just talking with other people. Like my Monday afternoon was very lax. Yesterday felt like a Monday for real.
Well,
and today's feels like a Tuesday, but I'm happy it's a Wednesday.
Well, you know what? I can see that, because on Monday, I mean, for example, it was hard to get some stories. I mean, we got it. We always get it.
Right.
I mean,
but it was slower.
Yeah, a little slower.
It was a holiday.
Yep.
But either way. Phil joining us here. Thank you so much. Saying hello to Brian as well, and Cole. Thank you all for being here with us. So good to see so many of you faces here on Facebook Live, and of course maybe some of you who are watching on our streaming network. Unfortunately, that's not as interactive as Facebook Live. I love Facebook Live.
Well, we're getting there. It will be. Come on.
You can watch it in high def.
Don't be a Debbie Downer.
No, I'm not going to be a Debbie. Don't be a Debbie.
Okay.
No one likes Debbies. But a lot of people do like pie. Details on another national holiday in just a bit, and it has lots to do with pie.
But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a look at the weather as pie is in the sky, as News Now continues.
Where's the pie? Oh, there it is!
Coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
Invest in your business or cause by letting the marketing gurus at WNY News Now and WNY Media Company grow your business.
Purchase an ad much like the one you are watching now on WNY News Now's daily show, News Now at Noon, WNYNewsNow.com, or our brand new mobile app.
And then get feedback from our marketing experts and fans alike.
And finally, watch your business grow.
As an added bonus, Community Partners messages will run not only on our scheduled programming, but on weather alerts and breaking news as well.
Plus, messages are shared on WNY Sports Now programming. Anything from a live local basketball game to the Phone Zone Sports Desk.
Become part of our family today.
And contact us right now.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hey, welcome back to WNY News Now on this very messy Wednesday. Boy, it's been a very slippy travel out there for many places out there this morning. This is where we bottomed out last night. And again, these occurred early. Ever since the nighttime hours, temperatures were rising. 23 degrees was the official low in Jamestown, 30 in Dunkirk, 32 Erie, and 21 degrees in Olean. These occurred early last night. Since midnight, temperatures really started rising through the 20s, and now we're into the 30s. And we dealt with a lot of black ice issues this morning, and I wanted to throw this graphic back in to kind of show you about black ice here. So again, black ice is essentially a very thin layer of ice that accumulates on pavement when the road temperature is 32 degrees or lower. That's the key number here. And because of the very thin nature of the ice, it actually kind of becomes transparent, so it's hard to see. And this is what we were dealing with this morning. But the good news is all that mixed precipitation has changed over to rain. So again, it's changed over to rain for the afternoon hours. More Arctic air arrives for the weekend. It's just going to get cold once again. It's not going to be as brutally cold as it was this past weekend, but a lot colder than where we are now. Rounds of lake effect snow Friday through Sunday. And again, we will see some accumulation out of that. It doesn't look like it's going to be the biggest lake effect storm of the century, but we will see some accumulation. Once again, winter weather advisories remain in place until 2 o'clock this afternoon for all of Western New York. These may be, actually, I would not be a bit surprised if the Weather Service cancels these, because this was in effect for freezing rain. Since we don't have freezing rain, that's all exited out to the east as temperatures moved into the 30s. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if this is X'd pretty soon. And there's actually a flood watch underneath this winter weather advisory for Erie County, PA, because of the heavy rain could cause some minor flooding. So again, we'll keep our eyes on that. Now, the ski conditions, actually, a lot of ski resorts do like the rain because it hardens up the bases. And so again, the bases still look pretty substantial across the entire region. So if you can, get out and do some skiing or snowboarding at all the local ski resorts. It's going to be a great, I don't know if it's a great day for it, but it's a good idea. Look at this. This is almost, this area low pressure is passing to our west. So it's almost the same thing again, Yogi Berra. But the good news is we're on the warm side of this, which means that it's rain. Obviously, if this was passing through the region, we'd be on the colder side, but we're on the warmer side, which means we're having a lot more rain. Here we go with Future Scan. Widespread rain throughout the day today, and then watch what happens as another cold front drags in behind it. It changes to snow for tonight, lasting throughout the day tomorrow. And again, the better chance for snow tomorrow is going to be in the morning as it actually changes over to snow from rain. A few scattered snow showers for tomorrow. We'll go zone by zone for you. We'll start first of all in the eastern areas, and high temperatures today, 41 degrees. This is just like the song Heat Wave by Irving Berlin. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave. 40 degrees Little Valley, 42 Olean. As you work out toward the Lake Erie shoreline, a little warmer here, mid to upper 40s here with widespread rain showers throughout the day. We present the next 7 days of your life. 27 degrees Thursday. Here we go with more Arctic air. Friday, 14. And boy, but it does rebound a little bit going into early next week. 25 degrees next Monday with a chance for a few snow showers. Sports is next. Don't go away.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, Of course, brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Hey, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. The Jamestown Red Raiders boys basketball team snapped McKinley's 4-game winning streak, squeaking by 57-55 on Tuesday. The Red Raiders varsity team improved to 10-5 with the win. McKinley fell to 8-9. The Red Raiders will be back in action on Friday night at 7:30. as they will host a conference game against the Clarence Red Devils. On February 18th, the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame will honor a total of 38 athletes at the 38th Annual Induction Dinner. All who will be honored are athletes who achieved high marks in their field of sport in the county. The dinner will be taking place at the Lakewood Rod and Gun Club. Sticking with Hall of Fame talk, this year, the MLB Hall of Fame will have 6 new inductions in Cooperstown. Longtime Yankees closer Mariano Rivera spent his entire 19-year career in pinstripes, and his 652 saves are the most by a pitcher in MLB history. Rivera was also the first ever unanimous vote into Cooperstown. Mike Mussina, another Yankee, will also be inducted. Mussina won 270 games in an 18-year career with the Yankees and Orioles, including a 20-win season in the final year of his career. Roy Halladay, another pitcher, was a posthumous nominee, tragically passing away in a plane crash in 2017 at the age of 40. Halladay finished with 203 wins in 16 years, playing for the Toronto Blue Jays and Philadelphia Phillies. Edgar Martinez will also be an inductee this season. In his 18-year career, all with the Seattle Mariners, Martinez batted .312 and hit 309 homers. Harold Baines and Lee Smith were voted in by the Today's Game Era Committee. Baines had 2,866 hits. Smith, meanwhile, had a then MLB record 478 saves at the time of his retirement. Congratulations to all of this year's inductees. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Awesome. Indeed, a big accomplishment, Norm. Thank you very much. Well, today's a day that's better than a kick in the pants. It's more like a pie in the face. You like that, Matt?
Tell them what it is, Justin.
Well, it's National Pie Day, and if you've been good so far on your New Year's resolution to maybe diet a little bit, today could be a cheat day for you. NationalPieDay.com says it's, quote, a wonderful reminder of America's pie heritage and expressions of the country's love affair with pies. I absolutely agree. So a couple ways to celebrate. You could have a pie party if you want. You can listen to the 80s hair bands song, Warrant's Cherry Pie. Cheese, man, cheese. No one's liking this. Okay, Norm's liking it. You can post your pie celebrations on Twitter and Insta as well. So, Maddie, I'm guessing you're not taking part in Pie Day?
Well, I might go get a piece of pumpkin pie later.
Matt loves pumpkin pie.
Well, it's good. I mean, what do you... Oh, you know what really sounds good? Peanut butter pie. And you know...
Ooh,
now, you know what one of my...
That's going to push me over.
You want to know what one of my sources told me earlier? And if I find out, I might suspend him. Dakota had to go off for a meeting with the weatherman.
They have their annual weatherman meeting, so no final weather today.
But I'll tell you what, if I find out that they were just going to have pie and he skipped the 7-day, but
naughty.
Look at that 7-day. Today we're heating up real quick. 41 is the high, but we're going to be back to cold. Dakota says we're looking at some pretty cold temperatures, some snow, and he did say that there was. He said there was a forecast system coming this weekend. He'll keep an eye on that, and he'll post on Twitter when he's done eating pie.
Awesome, Matt. Thank you. You're a great weather guy. You know that?
I'll go back to court. Thank you.
Good work. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.